We are basketball.
Team is everything.
We fight till the final moment.
Slow in the corner for the win! Oh! Can you believe it?
These are new beginnings. Time to raise the standard.
Be better than the best.
McKenzie. Oh, beautiful.
10 teams, 1 goal.
Become the champion.
You know, and it's playoff champions. Haven't seen this in 2 decades.
A new era, a fresh start, a total reset.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
Can you believe it?
We are British basketball.
Can't stop me, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
Couple minutes no score. Every time they wanna clash, the winners kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
It's Sunday evening and it's time to shoot some hoops. We are the British Basketball League and we're in the Northwest as the Manchester Giants welcome last year's trophy winners, the Caledonia Gladiators. In this equivalent game last season, the Giants nicked the game by 1 point, a 95-94 victory. Hoping for another tight game is your commentary team of Tahir Hajat and Azania Stewart.
Well, thank you very much, Jeanette. We are getting ready for this one. British Basketball League Championship action. Myself, Tahir Hajat, and the legend, Azania Stewart, in the building. We're getting ready for this one. And the players are making their way to the arena right now. The National Basketball Performance Centre, home of the England national team performance pathway, hosts the Manchester Giants once again. And there's Coach Gareth Murray shaking it up with Jamel Anderson. As this game is almost ready to get away, easy to report nice and early for you. William Lee on crutches. He won't be participating tonight, but the players are walking the tunnels as they get ready for this one. Nick Lewis with the swag. Evan Walsh, also a new face for the Giants. He's in the building. We're getting ready for this one. But of course, there are some important players to watch, and Azania, you've been picking some out. Up first, it's Jamel Anderson.
Yeah, Jamel, I think he's such an important piece. Obviously, a major vet, has 8 titles, has made his way over from Cheshire Phoenix, and I think he's going to be a big part of this team, his veteran leadership, along with Callum Jones, who's also his brother-in-law.
That's going to be a tasty conversation later on in today's action. Of course, we've also got Darius McNeil.
Yeah, I picked this guy because, you know, this is his first year as a pro. Came out of University of Troy, and I'm just really intrigued to see what he's going to do in this league this year.
One of the biggest summer signings, moving from the Leicester Riders to the Caledonia Gladiators, Patrick Whelan.
A big baller, obviously a great Britain player, and I just think he's made the step up from the Riders to Gladiators as they are moving into the European competition.
And also, this guy likes the taste of trophies, Princeton Onwas.
Yeah, Princeton Onwas, also known as Prince, a big defender, just hard-nosed, works really, really hard, and also was on the all-defensive team last season.
Oh, there we go. There you have it, some players to watch. And now we're going to be going to a quick break before we get to the action here in Manchester. Well, a warm welcome back here. We get ready for British Basketball League Championship action. The Manchester Giants getting ready to take on the Caledonia Gladiators. Starting fives. I want to know, you want to know. Let's take a look at your screen right now. Starting for the Manchester Giants this evening. In at number 2, new face, Harris. At number 5, Nick Stampley. Number 8, British Basketball League veteran, Jamel Anderson. A new signing signed just last week. Austin Lawton makes an appearance. And also, joining from the Riders is Evan Walsh at 77. And for the Caledonia Gladiators this evening, this is how they start a tough campaign. Trent Buttrick will start at 0. Number 12, Patrick Whelan. Number 18, Mihailo Jovicic. Number 23 is Paliza. And number 25, Faro Alihodzic, the starting 5 for the Caledonia Gladiators. But it's time now to hear from the coaches from both teams and look ahead to tonight's action.
I've known about the British Basketball League for quite some time. In fact, Gareth Murray, my competition tonight, I've known for many years through my Basketball Connects.
Coach Brian Simonian, he said actually that you guys go way back and he's one of your buddies.
Yeah, I've known Brian when I played at Cheshire. I think it was around 14, 15, around about something like that. He was part of the Cheshire for a few weeks, so I'd known him over the years. We stayed in touch. So once he told me he got the job, we had a call and we talked about some things.
Tough opponents for your first assignment.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, during our scouting of players and the team, it's a formidable competition tonight. Like I mentioned before, I've known Gareth for a long time. He was a stalwart player. He's a hard-nosed fella, and that's how his coaching style is too. So I'm looking forward to going against my buddy, but we know that we have a big task in front of us, but we'll be ready for it.
Well, look, it sounded like Brian was being very friendly there, Azania, but Gareth Murray, he's keeping friendship aside tonight.
Yeah, there's no, you know, what they're going to go against. But I think that's a really lovely kind of, you know, what would you call it? A
story.
Yeah,
it's just
story.
A lovely story. And we're all about storytelling here, the British Basketball League.
Rivalry is the word I was looking for.
There we go.
Thank
well, look,
you.
the fans are in the stands at this moment in time. The Manchester faithful are getting ready to show out. Now, the Manchester Giants, over the past 10 seasons, haven't finished higher than 5th. What could be the difference this season for them, Azania?
Well, I'm really just happy for them. You know, there was a bit up in the air. Are they going to be back? But I'm happy. They've got a solid team. They got a new coach. And they're going to be good. I think they're going to be pushing some teams in the league.
Well, tough opponents for them this evening as the Caledonia Gladiators cross the border to come to town. But before we get into the action, it's time to take a little break and we will be back with you very, very shortly. Well, teams are having their final team talks here at the National Basketball Performance Centre in Manchester as the British Basketball League opening weekend features its final game. The Manchester Giants at home against the Caledonia Gladiators. It's going to be an exciting watch. And Azania, what are your thoughts? Give me it from the bat, off the bat, should I say. Who's going to win tonight?
Well, I'm going to have to give it to the Gladiators. Obviously, they're working towards something big. They're trying to go over to Europe, and they've got more stacked, you know, starting 5. But then also their bench is solid. I think they've got some really good players coming off the bench. But, you know, it's the first game for both of these teams. There might be some nerves. I've played many games at this beautiful arena for Great Britain, so it's a fun place to play. Obviously, the crowd is in the building. But I'm going to give it to the Gladiators, but we've seen some upsets already this weekend.
That's it. Opening weekend has been full of upsets. So if you're a British Basketball League fan, there's no better place to be tonight other than here on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. And as already mentioned, some injuries. William Lee won't be playing tonight alongside Mason Boursier, who's also injured, the 2019 Canadian national team international player. He won't feature tonight, so Manchester Giants aren't looking too deep. But Caledonia Gladiators will command the first possession of this game as Whelan sweeps to the left hand, unable to get it to go, and the first foul of the game is called.
Well, a good strong move by Whelan. You can see his aggressiveness. He's looking to score. So a tough miss, but the right idea.
But just so you know, British Basketball League fans, we're just having a few technical difficulties, so you'll be able to see the timer on your screen right there. We're using the clocks, so it makes you feel like you're actually in the arena right now.
Yeah, I like it.
So let's get back to the action. Manchester Giants in possession. Walsh going downhill, high off the glass, off the front of the iron. Rebounded into the hands of Halahodzic. And it's great this time of the year where we get to see all of these new signings playing their first competitive game. Start to see their skill sets as Halahodzic kicks it out. Ball rotation, triple goes up, front of the iron. Walsh, end to end again, and he'll get the first 2 points of the game. The Giants fans like that.
And a nice little smile from him, strong layup, and always feels good to score your first 2 points.
I want to talk about Evan a little bit later on in the game, but it's great to see him being a starting role in the British Basketball League as a steal comes up there. Of course, it's Jamal Anderson with the steal, driving now to the left hand for two. Jalen Harris, his first points.
And a nice crossover to here. That was nasty.
Halahodzic now, right wing. Bounce patch from Jovicic. Halahodzic going to work again, and a whistle blows, foul is called. We've seen really early on Giants running the floor, getting out in transition.
The first foul goes to him. Picked up this week, Austin, number 33 for Manchester. Hero week and already in the starting lineup. That's quite nice.
Now listen, I bet all the media teams are scrambling to get photos, scrambling to get information, just like we were. Halahodzic makes the first free throw.
But you can just see, we just missed it, but Anderson speaking to him saying, hey, just keep your hands up. That is the leadership I spoke about at the top of the broadcast. Just, you know, that little moment, hey, bro, you're okay, but just keep your hands up. Don't get a second foul.
Checking in is key, that's for sure. And you will know that the great teams, the great players do that, Azania. You know, one of the RAF magazines back in the day, Basketball England, used to send them out.
You're going old school there.
Yeah, well, they had a little note in there to say how many times NBA players used to touch hands during a game. Over 300 times Steve Nash would make touches with his players. As the shot is off for the Giants. Here's Buttrick. Jovicic. Waiting for the screen to come. Halahodzic wasn't quite able to set it. Lisa inside, an offensive foul is called there, and a big scream on the floor.
Yeah, massive defensive stop. Manchester Giants looking really, really oiled on their defense and moving on a string, and then the charge awarded to Anderson. Good job. The Giants maybe telling me, Azania, don't put us out too early. They're looking good. They're 4-1 up.
Yeah, well, I did throw you under the bus. It's not easy to make a pre-game assumption. Well, I guess one of the teams we've seen least in preseason is the Manchester Giants as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. But this is the thing about opening weekend. You don't know what teams are going to look like. Sometimes they don't even know what they're going to look like. All they've been doing is practicing. They've had some preseason games.
Our officials tonight, Simon Unsworth, Chris Dodds, and Bartek Lazinski. They will be commanding the floor alongside the table officiating staff. And we've also had the chance to have some conversations with the British Basketball League about this. They're going to be a lot more strenuous about their officiating this season.
Yeah, the refs, not only do they have a new uniform, also looking good in the burgundy shirt, but they're going to be looking for certain things, protecting the shooter, making sure the shooter can land, you know, safely. There's no contact against the arm, and then setting screens, making sure you get there early, set it strong. So they've really regrouped and made a conscious effort to be better.
And I think not just, you know, the rule aspect of it, but the governance from the British Basketball League. They have a head of refereeing now. He's going to be assessing, reviewing, and providing feedback on performance, something that was being called out from fans all season long last year.
Oh, fans and coaches, right? They absolutely lost their mind, and there was some things that were, you know, difficult. But let's talk about how hard a referee's job is, right?
It ain't easy.
They don't have a home court advantage. Every game they go to, they're in a hostile environment. Both teams are shouting at them. They've got the fans shouting at them. So it's a difficult situation and under a lot of pressure.
What I would love to see, though, is a lot of players and people who have been surrounded by the game for many, many years step into that officiating role, not just at the professional.
Do you see me as a ref?
I think like more so like at the junior level. For example, you know, like if we're going to inspire young people and teach them, sometimes if we're not able to spend the time coaching or whatever the situation, refereeing is a great way to do that.
You're right. Still stay in the game.
Well, let's get back to the action then. Anderson driving strong to the right hand, bumped off on his way to the hoop. Hands in the air by the Caledonia player.
I like that by Anderson. Puts his head down, gets to the rim, takes the hit. Doesn't finish, but the right idea.
Really taking it to the Gladiators. All of their shots have been contested layups.
Yeah.
And Anderson now on the line, deep breath, mindfulness breathing as he knocks down the first.
Beautiful rotation in that shot. He is a gold medal Commonwealth game winner, isn't he? 3x3, not 5-on-5.
I think he finds 5v5 a little too slow for him now.
Maybe. But he definitely has his hands full. He's got a new baby. And with Georgia Jones, now Georgia Anderson, we have to shout out a legend in the women's game.
Without a doubt, and that's a different kind of challenge off the court. And Gladiators in possession, Jovicic. Free throw line.
Look, he's wide open down there.
He does find the positioning, Alehodzic. It's when it gets to this point, it depends on the night. He actually had his highest ever scoring appearance against the Manchester Giants with 29 points as Anderson misses the free there last season. So Alehodzic fancies himself, I'm sure. No basket there. 3 turnovers early doors for the Gladiators.
And Anderson putting up his hand and saying, yep, that was my foul.
Already made a couple of big defensive plays, a steal, a charge. There's Jovicic now. Hesitation onto the right hand, a little bit of a flop. After that, kept alive. What a move from Evan Walsh. Between the legs, it's going away. Anderson now for the triple. Game time in Manchester.
Oh boy, Anderson walks right into that. You can see how excited and just an amazing, you know, walked right into that. If their defense don't stop him, he's going to hit that every single time. Well done him. It's got to be a timeout.
Manchester Giants playing on momentum at this moment in time. You know, of course, Evan Walsh, we've got to see that again. Hopefully they got it for us. Here it is. Putting his mind to the matter there, not giving up on the play.
Yeah, and who wants it more?
Anderson. He definitely wants something to do with this game.
Yeah, nothing but net and a splash. Calls the Gladiators to have to call a timeout. They've only scored 1 point, and that was for the free throw line. They're struggling offensively. They need to talk about it and stop the bleeding.
Well, look, I think this is everything you want from a debut performance here. In front of your home crowd, start off fast-paced, get the crowd off their seats, give them some energy, and hope that that will also see you out later down the line in this game.
Yeah, and this is the exciting part, right? This is what the fans have, you know, to look forward to all season. But this game, get them behind it, and a great start. Anderson has been the leader I spoke about. He's scoring, he's playing tough defense, he's leading this team.
Without a doubt, 5 points personal already for him. Evan Walsh made a valuable contribution there. He's got 2 points, 2 rebounds very, very early on in this game. But as I mentioned, it was great to see him in that starting role. Apologies for the technical difficulties we've got with the clock. We'll get that sorted very quickly. 7 minutes remaining, though, in this first quarter. A quick timeout forced by the Manchester Giants. Gareth Murray trying to confirm where his team standards need to be at as Ali Hodzic backs his way down. Left hand this time, no good for him. Well, I mean, standing strong underneath the rim, the new guy, Austin Launton, has not given anything easy to Ali Hodzic.
No, giving him no space, but he is strong and very physical.
Stampley. Or should I say Harris? He fires it up. Whelan. Off the dribble, nice pick and roll action, finds Ali Hodzic, who misses again. Kicked out, 3 ball, no good. Big rebound for Lawton.
Wonderful defense by Manchester.
Big 3, lights out, cash money, Evan Walsh, it's showtime.
Roof is going off on this game. I love it. Manchester have come to play to here. Energy from the start.
Offensive foul call the opposite side. Every player showing and playing with emotion at this moment. Let's hope they don't use all this juice up.
Well, why not? Sometimes you just gotta ride it, ride the wave. They're feeling good, they're playing good. A 12-1 run. Man, Gladiators better sort themselves out or they're gonna be start the bus up early and send them home.
Without a doubt. I know Gareth Murray's not gonna be best pleased with it.
Nope. But, you know, still a long time. The momentum, obviously, is with the Giants, sorry.
Yeah, lots of time for this team to get back into this game. Let's see if they can get a good defensive stop here as Walsh looks inside to find Lawton. And still with the Giants, Anderson. Clock winding down. 3 seconds on the shot clock. And that's an air ball. And Caledonia will survive that defensive possession.
Wow, that's probably the first non-good look. Oh, I guess it is a good look if you get a shot up in time of the shot clock, but tough defense now. Caledonia, build on that defense. You need an easy bucket. Nice layup, some sort of solid play.
Ian DeBose into the game for the first time. Our chance to see him. Nice stop on the dime there for Bleezer. Can't get it to go. Harris. He'll step back. Another chance at that 3. And underneath, only Manchester Giants players about for those boards as Walsh hands it off. Pitch. 2 hands, throw it down, muscles up. Welcome back, Mr. Robertin.
Love it.
This is already looking like a fun team to watch this season, Manchester Giants. And they were fun to watch last season. As Whelan goes towards the rack, kicking it out. Up top. The Bows, and he'll stop the bleeding finally for the Gladiators.
Yeah, finally needed that bucket to hear. Nice little 15-footer jump shot.
I actually think DeBose has been an important substitution. It just lacked a little bit of direction and poor decision-making at times early on in this game for the Gladiators as it drives baseline, blocked away by Ali Hodzic. Second chance opportunity, it's good to go.
Stuck with that one, not giving up.
And boards is a little bit of a problem here. Offensive rebounds is big right now for the Manchester Giants. The basket is good. And the foul will be called, I believe, on Robertin. And referee having a quick word with Walsh. And it has been called a timeout now. Chance to talk it over. We'll be back with you very shortly. Well, this action coming to you live from Manchester at the National Basketball Performance Centre. It's all Manchester Giants right now. We've just had a TV timeout, Zania, and obviously this is going to be taking place after the 5th minute on each quarter, and it's a vital opportunity really for the British Basketball League to grow an advertising space and a potential opportunity to support the league.
Yeah, you see other leagues like the NBA, and I did it in college even, having the TV timeout. One, as a player, it's fantastic because you get an extra break. And if you're a coach, it's a smart way to maybe potentially use it or not use it. But yeah, I think it's a wonderful added piece.
I mean, that tactical element's really key. You know, if they use those timeouts, you've got to save timeouts then towards the end in those vital moments. But the action's back underway here, as Alehodzic was on the line, giving Caledonia a total of 6 points. A travel violation called there along the baseline against Anderson. And Caledonia get ready to inbound from the baseline. Don't forget, let us know your thoughts throughout today's action live on the YouTube channel. We want to know what you're thinking. A little later on, we'll ask who your game MVP is. Azania has the final decision, but can you sway her thoughts? Let us know as tonight's game goes on.
I sure do have the final decision.
The power's in your hands.
Yeah, and I've had a lovely time, honestly, picking the players. We had Taj Green from Newcastle. He's moved from Manchester Giants. He was incredible and caught a cramp and still came out and was dunking. You know, he loves a highlight play.
And a foul is called there. Anderson just swiping in. Now Alehodzic, 2 feet in the paint. It looked like a travel there. His footwork was all over the place. Giants come up with it nonetheless. McNeil, and a held ball.
Good decision, good defense, way to slide and get his hands in there. It's tough to do. Here it comes. Look, moves his feet, attacks the ball. Potentially could have been a steal.
Well, DeBose did really well to anticipate the play. He went with the Euro step, but it was really a soft step, so it allowed him to kind of guess where he was going next. And inbound action here for the Giants. What are they drawn up? Robertin hands it off. Nick Lewis for 3, and you can't give him those.
Sure can't, especially when his feet are set. Nothing but net by him, and adds the pressure to the Gladiators.
And straight back into it. There's a reply from the Caledonia Gladiators. Fraser Malcolm getting back onto the court to get this next campaign underway.
Yeah, good answer.
Oh my goodness, Lewis firing. He had the confidence from the last shot, but that one's short. Of course, Fraser Malcolm, part of that Scottish contingent. The flavour of the Caledonia Gladiators. Also Clifton Moore getting his first minutes as a professional basketball player, as he drives to the left and contested. Robertin rises up to that. Moore draws a contact.
Yeah, nice little dish off pass. And a tough foul. He's going to have to earn his 2 points from the free throw line.
And I believe that is his second personal foul, Robertin. Both Anderson and Robertin on 2 fouls each. Your best defensive player in the first quarter obviously is sitting down right now, Anderson. Oh, in fact, he's still on the court.
Yeah, and then Robertin just kind of put his thumb up to coach and said, no, I'm good. This is a key. If I'm the Gladiators, I'm attacking him every time to try and pick up his 3rd foul.
And the Gladiators are now settling themselves into this game.
Maybe a little bit of nerves, do you think? On the road, I don't know. First game of the season.
Yeah, I guess nerves, but also just the fact that the Manchester Giants just came out so energetic. They really took the game to them.
Yeah.
Maybe they weren't expecting that as now. The left-handed floater, no good for Stampley. Looking to seal inside, Robertin. Back to basket, blocked away at the rim. Clifton Moore Jr. with his first block, almost his first turnover as well. DeBose, right hand, okay.
Shows his hops and dunks it with assertiveness. Good answer by him.
Now out, McNeil, he takes a little bit of a forced long 2.
I don't really like that shot, too early in the offense and nobody at the rim to rebound.
Onwas kicks it out, another 3, same spot, same result. Fraser Malcolm, and that will force a timeout for head coach Bryce Simonian.
Well,
Manchester Giants, they'll need to really think about things now.
Yeah, shooters shoot, and Malcolm is a shooter. Goes 2 for 2. Look at this. Gets in his spot in the corner. Oh no, this is the dunk. We'll watch that again. That was a lovely play. And then here is the shot I was talking about. When his feet are set to here, really lovely shooter.
Look, I think now at this moment in time, you know, Manchester Giants had that run of play. Gladiators settled. Now you've got to run some offense and try and find some good looks to put the ball in the basket. But we saw on that last play there, Darius McNeil just kind of fading out for the long two. And when the team's coming at you like the Gladiators, you don't have opportunity to take those kind of shots.
Yeah, it's too quick, but maybe you just start to learn through. It's only game 1 of, you know, we've got how many games this season, and you just kind of get into your rhythm. He'll look back at that when he looks back at the film and could potentially change that.
Maturity. He's a rookie, you know, and you're right.
Showed there.
So,
and the different styles, sorry.
Yes,
the
all right,
different styles from the American game to now the English game, learning the styles, the European game, very, very different.
I was going to say European game for sure. We saw that at the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
Oh, incredible basketball, wasn't it?
Incredible.
I kind of like that there was a different winner.
Oh, I love it when there's a different winner other than the USA.
Yeah.
It helps things. But let's get back to it. Lewis. Stampley back into the hands of Lewis. He's going to go alone now, sneaks it round. Robertson follows that up on his head top.
Poster and taps on his head. What a great rebounding. You know what? Even though Gladiators have settled and come back, Manchester are outworking the Gladiators still on the offensive end.
Ball rotation into Onwas. Onwas will fire up a 3.
Good
and there
answer.
it is. A great reply. 1 minute 15 seconds remaining in this first quarter. It's been very eventful. Walsh, nice footwork there. And Evan Walsh can't quite get that one to drop. Malcolm, nice quick passing. Moore with plenty of room, plenty of time. And just like that.
Good poise by Moore there under the basket.
2-point game. Oh, should I say tied game? Back to Robertson. Right-handed hook shot. That was quite the way out. And into the hands of DeBose. And that's a turnover for the Gladiators. Not what you need. 34.7 on the clock here in the first.
They have 5 turnovers for the Gladiator, adding that one. Onwas wasn't even looking.
To be fair, the Manchester Giants haven't really capitalized on those. Only 2 points from turnovers so far in this game, but you can't allow the more opportunities to score from them. See Gareth Murray reiterating his fundamentals of his defensive philosophy, which is quite simple.
Yeah.
See the man, see the ball.
Yeah, easy, simple.
On the left-hand side with Walsh, he calls for the screen from Robertson. Robertson tries to steal, and Walsh goes downhill, and he just overstretches, and it's stolen away. Whelan, bounce pass ahead. Fraser Malcolm, and smart decision to go up. He knew the contact was coming. He will go to the line. Fraser Malcolm's come off the bench and showed his experience of what it's like to be in the British Basketball League.
Yeah, instant energy from him. He's hit his 3-point shots. Here he goes, running in the transition, and a smart play there. He knew the defender was on his back. Takes a little fake, and the foul.
27 years of age now. I mean, he's coming into his prime years, and however how long that lasts for, you know, it's different for each player. But Fraser Malcolm has had plenty of time in the British Basketball League. His first appearance with the previously named Glasgow Rocks in 2019. You know, he averaged about 9.6 points per game before the name change. It's an exciting time for Fraser Malcolm to put his stamp on this team.
Yeah, and what I like about him, he stays in his lane. He does all the things very, very well. You know, he shoots the ball well, he plays hard. Really good player for them.
Final possession here, potentially, of the first quarter. 3 seconds on the clock. Long triple. Is it good? Of course it's good. Everything seems to be going Manchester Giants' way in those 50-50 situations.
Well, big hit. Well, Manchester Giants definitely had me growling to hear at one point, but Caledonia have come back into the game.
Well, it's time for a quick break. We'll be back with you very shortly. Well, after a brief respite, we're delighted to bring you back to Manchester, where we got ourselves a ball game in the first quarter. The Manchester Giants up by as many as 13. Caledonia Gladiators have brought it back, and by one special player. Who was that, Azania?
Yeah, Malcolm to hear 8 points in 4 minutes. Production from him off the bench. He is gaining his trust. But I mean, obviously, he is a key player. But like I said, he's staying in his lane. He's doing things very, very well. But 8 points in 4 minutes, that's great production.
Not only that, the bench is producing for the Caledonia Gladiators 19 points off the bench. The starting 5 definitely had the nerves about them because the bench has come to produce the goods.
Yeah, and saved the day, really, because we were looking at a blowout from the beginning.
And of course, we can't not talk about this Manchester Giants team who've come out guns blazing. Evan Walsh, Jamel Anderson, Legion Robertin, all having vital roles to play as the ball gets inside the paint here with Onwast. He looks to hit the chest of Anderson. He goes down. Whelan goes up for 3 and eventually into the hands of Lawton. Giants ball. McNeil. Moves the ball to Lewis. Now Anderson. Nice drive there. 2 hard dribbles. Fade away is nice.
Beautiful move. Textbook. Gets the defender off of him with that step back. Lovely answer.
DeBose. Onwas sneaks it inside and great finish there from Clifton Moore Jr.
And well done. Using his body, but also the rim for protection.
Evan Walsh with a mean crossover. Nice hand up there to Lawton, trailing the play. Easy 2 points for him.
I must admit, the Giants are feeling good, aren't they? You can really see their confidence.
Whelan, he'll go for his first bucket.
Well, it's time for him to show up and show out. So good. I think he'll go off now. He's just seen the ball go through the net.
End to end, like, you know, in other sports they use basketball as a comparison, but when basketball is going end to end this much, what sport do we use a comparison for it to describe how fast it is?
Well, it's really exciting right now, that's for sure.
Whelan, nice work inside, and You could see the footwork, the leverage to get to that position, and draws the contact.
Yeah, so skilled and very poised down there. Look at this. I think, was this the end-to-end or? No, this is the lovely footwork and the foul.
Averaged just under 15 points overall in his time with the Riders and around 4.7 rebounds in total. You know, also made that step up to the GB program as well, winning trophies with Leicester. That winning mentality for the Gladiators is going to be vital.
Yeah, I think that's such a great point to hear, the winning mentality. He's just such a hard worker, a great guy off the court as well. It's a piece that you really want to build your team around.
The Gladiators definitely doing that, providing the opportunity for European basketball. They'll be getting their Basketball Champions League qualification.
And they're also building a new arena. I'm gassed to see that.
Wow.
It looks great.
It does look superb. The 3D vendors look incredible. Big shout out to the team that's making that happen. It inspires more Scottish British Basketball League fans, of which there are many.
There's a lot, yeah.
3 ball goes up opposite side of the floor. DeBose can't get it this time. Pushing forward. Stolen away. Nice hands from DeBose, who recovers the play. Whelan skips in across. Is it another 3 for Fraser Malcolm? No, short. Whelan, offensive boards. Right hand on last. Clean up duty. Caledonia back into the lead.
And looking more like themselves, Caledonia. You know, they're having multiple efforts at the rim and good offense from them.
Now on to the left hand there for Harris. Somehow it finds Anderson. Anderson from the free throw line. Easy rep.
He's not going to miss many of those.
Whelan creating once again. Fraser Malcolm always open on that side. Nice ball rotation, and Whelan, can he get his 3-point bank account open? No, he can't. But at this moment in time, rebounding really is a problem for the Manchester Giants. Earlier on, it was a problem for the Gladiators. Lots of second chance opportunities, but now it's clean-up duty time for the Gladiators.
Yeah, and Onwaz kind of luckily got into that ball, but he did show there's some perspiration or sweat on the ball, so maybe that might be it as well.
Gareth Murray getting fired up now, wanting his team to continue their communication, the foundation of defensive excellence. Down low with Anderson, hands it back off. 3 ball, no good. Offensive rebound falls into the hands of Lawton. Walsh lofts it up inside, and somehow Lawton can finish.
How did he finish that? Just threw it up, upstairs.
Well, it must have been a very good pass.
Yeah. But
maybe if he didn't touch it, it would have gone straight in.
But nice chemistry between them two, considering he's only been here a week. They look like they've played a long time together.
Yeah, well, you know that conversation is it's one of those ones where, oh man, you know, how can I play with you? Just throw it up to me, buddy. Just throw it up there for me, man. And end-line possession here. Norton takes a hit to the face. Let's re-look at that. Walsh throws it up. And yeah, sorry. I thought Walsh was quite close with his pass to the basket, but no, Lawton had to show off the yoga there.
Yeah, had to really lean back. That's a great catch and an even better finish.
6 minutes, 6 seconds remaining.
What a fun game, 33 all.
Listen, this is how the opening weekend has been.
It's
been so
great.
much fun.
I've got to commentate a lot this weekend, and the games have really been good. It's been so fun just to see all the teams.
As Walsh fires that one up. Kept in play, Whelan with his tiptoes on the line, but Gladiators now commanding the offense. Screen comes up from Moore. Whelan has found the space. And now one, it's good to go. Patrick Whelan.
And this is where he's so good, when he gets himself into rhythm. He takes the hit and the finish. Lovely. And this is the scoring machine that he is. I told you, once he's seen that ball go through the hoop, it's going to be over for the Giants.
Now we also see Kyle Johnson coming into the game. He's sneaked in. Not a small player to be bringing onto this court. A man with a ton of experience, Carl Johnson. He's also formerly represented GB. His career, let me tell you, it took me a long time to research that guy. He's played in Greece, Cyprus, Italy, France, Iceland, Canada.
And looks like he got a fresh lineup for the first game of the season.
Just a brief apology here for the score and the timer. We'll get that back to you. There it is. We're just 5 minutes 37 on the clock. 33-35. Caledonia on the line in the lead.
And cameraman move it over a little bit. There we go. Thank you very much. Everyone's got to do their job around here.
Oh, that's it. Judge us by our last game, not by our first, right?
Yes.
And here's Harris. Moves the ball to Anderson. Let's see what we got working here. Lawton, a nice curl off a double staggered screen on the left-hand side. Harris, bounce pass inside to the paint. Sneaking back door, though. Nice finish for two. Stampley.
Wonderful offense. They doubled the post play and then a nice little pocket pass. Good finish. Good execution by the Giants.
Whelan, 3-ball. Pat Whelan, it was only a matter of time before he started.
I told you. You just need to see it go through and then you just get your confidence.
Harris, back out to Anderson. Can he reply? No. That one's way off and the attempt to keep it in play is unsuccessful. That's happened a number of times, though, with the Giants with their three-point attempts. But we can discuss that more very shortly. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back with you. Welcome back to the 0161 Manchester, where the Caledonia Gladiators are in the lead with 4 minutes 43 remaining, 39-35 the score. Patrick Whelan, Azania.
Absolutely doing it all. I said as soon as the ball went through the net for him, you know, we saw him the first possession of the game make a strong drive, but he is a scorer, has a full repertoire, and he is showing it in the game and on the stat sheet.
Without a doubt, he's got a board, he's got an assist, he's got a steal, he's got a block, you name it, he's got it. And a foul is called here as Gladiators break down the Manchester Giants full court press. Anderson, and this is a problem. Jamel Anderson is now on 3 personal fouls. That's the risk they ran, Azania.
Be interesting. He's being polite to the referee, but I know he's raging inside. And he said, "Hey, coach, don't." But I don't know. I don't know if I risk it. 3 fouls. He's still got 4.5 minutes and a full half to play.
I mean, I wouldn't risk it. I can understand that Anderson wants to be on the floor, but he gets a 4th, and this game is real jeopardy. And there he goes, marching to the bench. And He'll be frustrated, and although we plead with officials, it's very rarely that they overturn the calls.
I don't think I've ever seen it overturned unless they go to a
review.
We're
not quite there
We
yet.
don't have reviews, so you'll never go against the referee. They got to go right and strong, you know.
We can dream, we can hope. Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe. The league is on the way up.
That is for sure. Sideline possession here, Whelan. Flashing to the ball. It's Clifton Moore Jr. Whelan uses him as a screen and was almost certain on passing it back to him, but a steal for the Giants. Harris gets his hands in there. Quick three goes up, and a push in the back. Onwas leaning in to the attacking player. As Stampley went up for that rebound. It's a little bit mean. I think we talk about refs protecting the shooter. He didn't make a play for the ball there.
Yeah, kind of push in the back, but out of bounds play for Manchester.
Walsh sets 2 screens and curls off Robertin. Now waits for the screen to come once again from Robertin. Walsh now bursting off the crossover to the right hand, and great finish and great intensity and aggression from Evan Walsh.
Sensational finish.
He really used that crossover to change speed, change direction. Wouldn't change his mind here. DeBose going to the spin, kicks it out. Moore finds an open Patrick Whelan, and that's off to the right. Kept alive though, Onwas. Slow things down. DeBose. He's one-on-one right now. Off the glass and in. It's good to go.
Bank on a Sunday. Good
Sunday.
answer, yeah.
Sunday banking. That's what we like.
Sunday banking.
As long as the money's coming into your account, right? You don't want it leaving your account, then that's bad Sunday banking.
Hey, there we go. But you know what? It's been the bench for Caledonia. Absolutely playing incredible. The boss, and then Onwas coming off the bench.
A technical foul has been given. And Walsh shot an extra free throw there. Not quite sure, maybe some talking to officials, but the play will return originally to where it was.
There's the free throw. Caledonia 9 for 10, shooting 90%. Getting to the line 10 times is pretty good.
That was a result of their strategy in the first quarter, just head down, get to the rack. They were rewarded accordingly as Stampley fades away here. Whelan moves the ball. Johnson, his first points now.
What he's known for. Lovely little jump shot. Nobody guards him, he'll knock that down.
Of course, he was with the Newcastle Eagles last season, as the foul is called.
I got to watch the Newcastle Eagles the other day. They've done a really lovely job in the off-season, going out and recruiting. Pretty tough. Josh Ward-Hibbett they've got, Taj Green, some really lovely pieces.
Exciting lineups across the league. Just what we want to see. Zone defense are we looking at right now? As shot goes up, it's money. Big three for the Giants. They were slowly falling behind, but not what they need. Opposite side of the floor, a wild Johnson, a wide open Johnson three ball, and blocked at the rim now by Clifton Moore Jr. pushing forward. DeBose, bounce pass, backdoor cut. Johnson looking inside. Clifton Moore Jr., he finds DeBose again. Handed off, and Jr.
I'd like to see him just slam that one, take off.
I think he was playing a little safe here, and Onwas does enough there to put the attacker under pressure. Johnson, this is a little bit scrappy now. Walsh, he's pushing forward. Evan Walsh going to work, and travel violation call, a little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump there.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. A real fast pace game this last minute, back and forth, couple missed baskets. Yeah, easy, going a bit too fast for himself.
Those scrappy moments suit Manchester.
Yeah.
Because those are the moments at which they can get the ball up the floor quickly, head down, and take some of those wild shots that they seem to be making today. Mason Borsier there. As you can see, not playing for the Giants tonight, and William Lee. William Lee, of course, was with the Giants last season, as the timeout's called.
You need somebody, put your hand in the air. You got the next guy up to keep that pressure on the ball. There's one primary ball handler. Okay, let's keep running our early offense. Double one. Early offense into double one. Hey, you need to short. Let's short. Finish it up. Let's go. I like that. Hey, double one. Early offense into double one.
Amazing. This, if you wondered why we felt silent almost instantaneously there, it's because in previous years, we've never been able to hear a word that coaches are saying in their timeouts, and now we've got it, Azania.
Yes, thank you, cameraman and microphones, for we are in the middle of that timeout. Great words by coach. He said, hey, you go hard for as long as you can, ask for a sub, the next guy is going to come in. And then he also spoke about their offense, what they're going to do. A very straight to the point and a wonderful timeout that we got to be a part of.
Yeah, amazing. Well, hopefully more of that, and you will catch more of that live on the British Basketball League YouTube channel, the home of this year's broadcast. We'll also be looking forward to see what fixtures are coming up next week in round 2 of the competition, but let's focus in here as the boss making a hullabaloo about it all, should we say.
Making sure, yeah, the referees can see the foul, and he does. And Manchester, both teams over the limit now, so this next minute and 45 will be free throw every foul.
That's it. And as we saw earlier, the stat was only 3 total free throws in the game for the Gladiators. So they'll be glad now to get to the line, chip away, get some free chances, but only if they make them, right?
Do you believe in commentator's curse?
It happens to me regularly.
Yeah, it happens a lot now that I'm not a player and I'm a commentator. It happens a lot of times. Sometimes, look, there you go. Sometimes I'm just dead silent because I know it's a real thing.
It definitely is a real thing, but as is commentators' intuition, and you had the Caledonia Gladiators down as winning, and they are in the lead, is Robertin. Waiting for that curl off the screen. Harris, foul called. Alahodzic is back into the game. And hands out, open wide.
Harris, 24, nice young team they got here with a few vets here. Harris, what would you say your prime is for basketball age? You saying 24 or the 27s, 28s?
I'm thinking 27s, 28s. The game just slows down when you get to that age. And,
oh, yeah.
And you're able to do things. Oh, wow, Nick Lewis. Be quiet, Tahir. Commentate on me, says Nick Lewis. Big deep 3 to tie the game.
Huge 3, so far out. Nearly, what do you call that, logo 3, I guess?
Yeah, just about inside of the logo. Here's Onwas now, looking for a quick response. Back of the iron from him. Rebounded now by Stampley. Into the hands of Harris. Harris looking for the inside seal from Robertin. He goes one-on-one now with Alahodzic. Everybody else is out of the way, so can Robertin do that? Can't quite finish on the move there. Shouts of travel.
Yeah, good defense down low.
DeBose, nice pass to find Whelan, who's running the right-hand side in transition for 2.
And floats his way to that easy layup.
Final 30 seconds of this game. Now back into the hands of Harris. Up now with Robertin, and foul is called here. Like Johnson just held him up.
I don't know if I love that foul. Not too sure about that one, but that was that long, deep 3. Good answer.
Got the Giants fans out of their seats. Nick Lewis turning back to British Basketball League action. He's had some previous stints with the London Lions and the V Brawn Sheffield Sharks, and Also spent some time in the NBL with Worthing Thunder. I believe he's also doing a lot of coaching at the moment in the Sheffield area, player development coaching.
Lovely. Okay, so if he can make this, ties the game with 14.4 seconds.
And there is the tied game. Manchester have battled their way back into this one after leading by as many as 13. 7 seconds remaining. Will Caledonia have the final say? Buttrick was really upset that he didn't get the ball in his hands there. DeBose, I think he's been bailed out here. This is a sideline ball, 2 seconds on it. Whelan will inbound. Let's see how the Gladiators deal with this sideline possession. DeBose pops out, straight in, Alihodzic, back to Whelan. Can he fire it up? And it was contested. I think the pass was out there to Johnson. But at the end of the half, it's a tied game, and we'll be back with some more analysis for you very, very shortly. Well, welcome back. I hope you've got your cup of tea in that brief break, because let me tell you, you're going to need some refreshment ahead of this second half. It's been an incredible game. And Azania, let's take a quick look at those halftime stats for us right now.
Yeah, and here's the stats. We were worried about the turnovers for Gladiators at first, but they managed to just kind of, you know, hold on with 6. And then also they're shooting from the three-point line. They're 4 from 13, only shooting 30%, but have been solid on the rebounding end. I feel like they've done a very, very good job to come back into this game.
Well, let's tell the story of this half. And although you spoke about the Caledonia Gladiators there, it was the Manchester Giants that started with the 1-2 punch.
Well, they came out of the, you know, the game hot. They were energized. They were all, you know, clapping. They had me growling, so into it. You could see every play, looking at the defense in their eyes. The crowd was in the game, and then also Caledonia started to make their run back.
That was one big play there. Evan Walsh getting it up to Jamel Anderson. And Walsh has been a bright spark for the Giants. I did say that we were going to talk briefly about him. He's been, you know, a bit part player in the British Basketball League, and now he's got a bit of a leading role here in Manchester.
Yeah, a really big role for him. I felt like he's so explosive, kind of under radar, but he's playing very, very well. It's a new game in the second half after that three-point shot.
Fraser Malcolm, he started building something for the Caledonia Gladiators. They've been big off the bench, a total of 29 points coming from the bench. Fraser Malcolm with huge 8 points to kickstart that comeback.
Huge from the bench. Let's make that an emphasis on Waz as well. Here's his three. He came off the bench, was incredible with Malcolm, have really kept Caledonia in this game.
Manchester Giants, though, didn't allow Caledonia just to get away with their first run into the game. They started to fight back. Jamel Anderson has been key. He's got 10 points personal, but Azania, 3 personal fouls.
Yeah, that's going to be worrying. He has to be very smart. Start of the second, he cannot afford to pick up the 4th.
And some big moves once again. DeBose has been really great coming off the bench, dictating play. Whelan has found his teammate Johnson as well, who started to get his first points in a Caledonia jersey. But as mentioned, the Giants kept fighting back, and a deep 3 from Nicholas Lewis helped them to do that. Well, we've just got under 10 minutes to go, but it's now time for you to take in some of the action from this weekend's opening fixtures. Leicester Riders versus Cheshire Phoenix. But before that, let's take a look at last night's encounter between Surrey Scorchers and the London Lions.
Olasheni going baseline, kicking this one out. Camosa giving it up. They have a 3 in the corner. 3 is up, and it's good. And that's what Lions need now. A bit of confidence. White now under 10 here on the shot clock. Looking to isolate. Spinning around. Beautiful move goes up. Are you kidding me?
That was beautiful spin over the top of Sharma's help.
2-point lead to the Lions. Sharma now time winding down. Looking for a post up. Pump fake now. Going up with the jump hook. And again, simply unstoppable by Josh Sharma. Time winding down here for Lawrence. Coming off a few screens. Pump fakes. 3, corner, takes it. Got it! Oh! Right at the dying moments of the first quarter. Wang here with 10 on the shot clock. Looking to isolate. Goes up, and again, the king of South Sudan, Your Majesty. Well, Phillip left wide open. Inside now. That's going to be a problem for the Scorchers, Graham, if they decide to go underneath the ball screens. Lions looking to extend this to a double-digit lead. Phillip now finding Sharma. Sharma connects with it, and he gets the and one. Well, Sharma Airlines wasn't able to connect with the dunk, but no problem. 7 points of separation. Nelson going away, getting the and one. And the GB General looking like the GB Iceman. Baseline, kicking out to Taylor. Lions looking to extend it, 11-point lead, and finally, Morgan lets it fly. Well, good now, going up for a tough one in the lane. I don't know if he shot that one or if he pushed the default button on Xbox, but went in with a one-handed floater, I think. Well, Phillips slicing and dicing the defense. Nelson coming off the screen now, throws the lob up. Sharma Airlines, we have takeoff. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're booking vacation, you better fly Sharma Airlines. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us here at the Surrey Sports Park. London Lions, they win the opening game of the 2023-24 British Basketball League season, 83-61 against the Surrey Scorchers.
Here's Stevens for the next, back to White. Head fake on the 3, resets himself. Skylar White knocks down the triple. Here's Leicester in transition, and Thomas with the two-handed throwdown.
Wow, one shot can turn your fortunes around.
Zillow with the 3, and he gets a foul as well. Walker now going to fire up the 3, and he strings it. Here's Skylar White again from behind the arc. He's unconscious. White gets his hands on the pass and deflects it away. Rice slowing it down. That will count. He'll go to the line for a bonus.
That's an incredible move.
Bowman into the key. Kicked out to Pinson. He strings a three.
Big play there, and that's a 5-point swing.
Trying to get one last score for Leicester, forcing his way to the basket and gets it away and in off the buzzer. That's going to be a... Oh! What a finish that is from Holden! Through the contact, and he hooks it in.
Cam Holden!
Skylar White. And Skylar White, for the first time, has made 6 3-pointers in a game. And Maceo Jack trying to catch him up with his 5th 3 of the game. Holden finding White. Make that 7 for Skylar White.
Goodness me.
An absolutely dominant victory by the Cheshire Phoenix as time runs down and expires. They have won this game and won this game comfortably. 84 to 110 points.
Welcome back. It's half-time in a tied game in a northern clash between the Manchester Giants and the Caledonia Gladiators. My name's Tahir Hadja, joined by Azania Stewart. It's been a wonderful evening of action so far.
Listen, a lovely game of basketball. Just the talent across both teams. I felt like there's been runs, there's been energy, there's been highlight plays. Oh, it's been wonderful to commentate.
Well, it's been a wonderful opening weekend nonetheless, and there's some great results up and down the ball. As you know, things are getting started and teams are building their chemistry. Newcastle Eagles came out from behind to beat the B-born Sheffield Sharks.
Yeah, you know what? It was a fantastic game all the way down to the end, but Newcastle Newcastle just had a little bit more in the tank.
Bristol Flyers also came out on top on the Southwest Derby, handing out a butt whooping to the Plymouth City Patriots.
Yeah, well, they stuck to their name, the Flyers. They were flying. Plymouth have a lot of work to do. I just feel like they need to hone in on their skills and execution.
Well, I will say is the Cheshire Phoenix absolutely shot the lights out at the Morningside Arena, Leicester. They were victors 110-86 against the new-look Leicester Riders. Lots of work there for the Riders to do. And then, of course, the London Lions, the reigning champions, got themselves off to a winning start, 83-61 against a promising-looking Surrey Scorchers side. And then, of course, we have tonight's action ready to unfold, and it could go either way. Let us know in the YouTube comments who you think's going to be the victor. Azania put her name on the line and said the Caledonia Gladiators win. I'm completely neutral. So for me, this is a great ball game. I don't mind who wins, but who are the key players that are going to make the difference now, Azania?
Well, I think Anderson is big for Giants. He has 10 points, but the thing he has is 3 fouls. He cannot, with a capital, cannot pick up his 4th foul. He is a major, major piece in Giants. If they're going to win, he's got to be disciplined on the other end. And then Whelan for Gladiators, he has 12 points, leading all scorers.
Well, there you heard it from the legend herself, Azania Stewart, letting us know who the key individuals have been in that first half. Will they remain the key individuals going into the second? We're back with British Basketball League action here at the National Basketball Performance Centre, the Caledonia Gladiators with the first possession on the half. Here's Whelan, left-hand side, triple. Would have been a great way to start the second half and reinforce Zania's comments. Now, Anderson is back into the game. Walsh weaving his way to the basket, trying to find room, ends up with a fadeaway jumper. That's just out of reach of Lawton. DeBose. Rotation. Kovacic. It's a Whelan, nice. Using the body to bump off and finish.
Using the body and the hesitation made the defender second guess himself. Beautiful finish by Whelan. Make it 14 points for him.
Right hand side. Hello, Anderson. Takes his defender out. Walsh will fire it up from way downtown and rattles around the rim. DeBose. Off the glass, and the basket is good. DeBose count it. He's having a great game today.
He is indeed. Puts his head down, gets the hit, uses the glass, and a little shimmy at the end.
He's filling the stat sheet. He's got 8 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, DeBose. And for him, he's had a little bit of experience playing professional basketball. He's played in Germany for the Kirchheim Knights, where Kane Henry's at this moment in time, and Czech Republic as well, and Denmark, playing for Connor Washington's former team, Team Livestat. Average 16.5 points per game, 5 assists last season. Anderson with a reply, deep 3, or should I say a big 3 for Jamel Anderson.
Yeah, right at the top of the key. He needed that. Felt like he was playing a little bit timid.
Nice finish there. DeBose again. One player that's missing in action at the moment. Alahodzic has been a little quiet in this game. He's got 4 points. 3 goes opposite side of the floor. Only 2 rebounds. The Caledonia Gladiators big man. He looks to seal inside again, but Gladiators space out the offense. DeBose rejects the screen. Clock winding down. Intercepted by Walsh. He's bumped by Onwas, puts his hand up straight away.
Would that be counted as a... let me look at this. Does he attack the ball? Okay, maybe. Maybe if we had a different angle, but sometimes that can be unsportsmanlike if you're not safely attacking the ball. Let's have another look.
Yeah, I think He comes at him also a little bit from behind. I think what the referee sees, though, from standing on that baseline is probably what the intent was with the hands of Onwas. We can't really see that inside hand, whether he took a swipe for the ball. As Harris throws it up top. Oh, my goodness. Anderson.
Well done on Waz to compete with that.
Whelan to the left hand, weaving his way, and hesitation from Alihodzic. You've got to go straight back up. Anderson almost loses it. Foul is called on Onwas again. I saw you grimace there because as a person who's played inside the paint for many years, that moment there where you get the ball in your hands and you don't go straight back up and you hesitate and then you realize the moment's gone.
Yeah, it's over. And he's struggling. I think he's in his head a little bit. He's missed a couple of shots. You just got to go back to the basics. Catch, turn, score, build your confidence up, see the ball go through the net. I'm a post player across the board fan. If you're a good post player, I'm your best friend.
There you have it. If you want to be friends with Azania, play post in your local league club. Here's Walsh. And that's deflected. Out of bounds. Boys in blue, they'll have the ball, and substitutions checking in. Trent Buttrick is into the game. He's only had 4 minutes or so. Has 2 rebounds and 3 turnovers in that time. There's the Bows. His assist count of 5. Floor is all clean and ready to go. Legendary Mike Shaft is on the microphone in the arena.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, I mean, as I announcer myself, those guys, Mike Shaft, Simon Hazana, they've been rocking arenas for many years. And now, and a sportsmanlike foul. That moment we spoke about earlier, that one was clear and evident from Alihodzic, pulled him right back.
Yeah, but here's the frustration. He catches it in the first place, and then a soft pass. You can see the frustration building from him. It was a lovely moment. DeBuster says to him, hey, gave him a dap and just said, bro, you're all right. Take your time. I got your back.
7 minutes, 4 seconds. As the unsportsmanlike free throws will be shot by Stampley. Who makes the first, Nick Stampley, new addition, has actually spent some time in Finland last year. The 24-year-old 6'6" small forward, 7.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds. He's taken his talents to the Manchester Giants.
Oh, a 2-point game. There's not much in it. I think it's going to be what team can execute, look after the ball, sacrifice their bodies, get easy buckets.
Evan Walsh looks to the baseline. Lawton, he's there, and it's deflected away. Buttrick, 5 seconds on the shot clock. 2-point game. This is wonderful Sunday viewing. All the British Basketball League fans across the country. Share your thoughts and more with us at British Basket M on Twitter, at British Basketball League across other social media platforms. We want to know your thoughts. Now, pro hopping inside, Harris. A little short on that layup, now pushing forward. Here's Buttrick. He's going to go all alone, and there's Austin Lawton, but cleaned up inside by Alihodzic, who finally gets 2 points on the board. Lawton didn't give up on the play.
Good job on the defensive play. Go ahead.
Walsh strings it. Right-hand side, Cash Money got the green light.
Beautiful rotation on that shot. Real back and forth from both of these teams, exchanging baskets.
Skipped across, rotation again. And Jovicic can't get his shot to go. And you know what, for me, like, you watch Evan Walsh and he's come through the pathway. He's been part of an Elite Academy Basketball League program with the Oakland College, and then went, you know, to the States, played at Barry University, came back, and is now reaping the rewards of his hard work. Oh, it's early in the season, but it's always great to see British basketball players getting some of the limelight. DeBose gets down low, clock winding down here. Buttrick fade away. Nice hands from Stampley. Doing a little bit of everything. Yeah. Stampley, opposite side, will be big if it goes. And Ali Hodzic there gets his hands onto it. He makes a smart decision to find Whelan. Whelan drills it from behind the arc. And Ali Hodzic now has settled himself, making big plays.
Huge drives, brings the defense to him, and then hits Whelan for an open three.
Lawton having to hold his body high. That's great defense there as well. DeBose.
Pretty fast pace right now, back and forth.
Showing off the handle. Not really going anywhere with it. Evan Walsh now is one-on-one with Ali Hodzic. Euro step, Evan Walsh. Where are you gonna go, Ali Hodzic? I don't know. Evan Walsh is twisting him left and right, and there's the money.
Walsh really feeling himself, confident. You can see it in his smile and in that Euro step. Lovely finish by him.
DeBose pushes Buttrick away from the screen, and Jovicic now back out to Buttrick. Pump fake, drive and kick. Effective closeout from Anderson, trying not to foul, and DeBose out one. There is that man again, Ian DeBose, leading from the front for the Gladiators.
Real clutch play. Time running down. He said, don't worry, Gladiators. I'll put you on my back, and finishes with the contact and one, makes his way to the line.
13 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists for Ian DeBose. Lots to talk about, and we'll be back with you to speak about it more very shortly. The game remains close, and the Gladiators are on the free throw line. Ian DeBose, chance to take his tally to 14 points personal.
DeBose has been clutch, misses that free throw, and mishap. And coach knows it and says, next play, I used to have to run for either missed box outs like the free throw line or not getting the rebound.
Maybe that might happen at the end of this game. They're at home, they've got the court booked, right? But you know what's positive there? I like the energy that Brian Simonian has there. You know, he's frustrated, but he said, come on, guys, you know, keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
And I love those kind of coaches. They really instill confidence in you and still give you the information you need as the foul is called there.
I don't know him, but everything that I've seen in this first half and into the second half, just being in that timeout, seeing him on the sideline, being very enthusiastic, you know, clapping, talking. He's really the sixth man on that baseline for his team. I've really enjoyed his coaching.
Down. Jovicic here now. Receives the ball. Whelan. He's created some room. Over 7'1", reverting. Patrick Whelan, 20 points personal.
And Whelan knew the shot clock was running down. He glimpsed and he took the shot.
Foul called. Now, me and Azania spoke at halftime, and one of the key things that we thought was going to make a difference in this game is that if Caledonia can control the pace and force Manchester to have to play some basketball and be organized on defense, then it could be really tilting in their favor, and that's what we're seeing at the moment, Azania.
Yeah, we are. And then also we spoke about Anderson's foul. I felt like he's not being as aggressive. He doesn't want to pick up that 4th foul. We've seen him shoot a 3, but usually he gets to the rack.
Well, we're here to be proved wrong. And here's Walsh. Clock winding down, finds a team. Oh, big block by Clifton Jr. Clifton Moore Jr., shall I say. Skipped across the post, catch and shoot. Would have been the icing on the cake of that play.
Yeah, it would have. I held my breath then.
Walsh, what's he doing? He's just letting it go. I mean, we said he had the green light, and that's a little immaturity in his game there.
Yes, so I guess he was trying to make up for that quick 3-point shot. Obviously, it's a big shot. If it goes in, you're happy. If it doesn't, then you're kind of like, oh, is that a good shot? I don't really like it as a first shot, but here's the big block.
Big block from... He's really had a solid debut. He's not stepped too much outside his comfort zone, but he's done the right things at the right moments. And Evan Walsh clocking up. I believe that was his first personal foul, I believe.
But just talking about Gladiators, I think they've got some really great guys, but guys that are playing their role and are happy to play their role.
It's always nice for the coach when that's the situation. Jovicic. Moore Jr. Opposite end of the floor. And the fans have traveled. Yeah, they've traveled down. Let me tell you, one of the most electric atmospheres I've ever delivered as a sports announcer was that trophy final.
Oh, wow.
The Scottish fans.
That was fun.
Superb. Big shout out DJ Ellington. He knew the right song to play at the right time as well. Their anthem. And yeah, brilliant moment. And substitutions rotate here, but Trick heads to the bench, and we can start to see that 9-point gap open up between the Giants and the Gladiators.
I'm also ready for Malcolm to come back in the game. He had those quick points. He's only played 7 minutes, and he has 8 points. He's been on the bench, like the bus is coming, and I don't want him to get cold or, you know, to lose his momentum. So sub him in the game because I'm ready. Put me in the game, coach.
The Fraser Malcolm fan club. I'm sure that's out there. Anderson on the line. Makes the second. And Anderson takes his tally to 15. I mean, you know, despite being in foul trouble, he's still one of the leading scorers for the Giants. I'm going to rely on him, and Jovicic lost the ball by himself. It's showtime! Scrape, that's all I'm going to say. A little underwhelming, but the 2 points required for the Giants.
Hey, as long as it goes in, a rookie looking pretty good on his debut, then picks up the foul. He's got to make sure he has his spacing, especially when he's guarding the quick balls. Just move his feet.
Let's take a quick look at that. McNeil gets it to go. Important basket for the Giants after those 2 free throws from Anderson. Close the gap back down to 5. They need a stop here just to continue their little run, but Whelan, he's wide open for that one.
Yeah, sorry, how did they lose him?
There goes that run.
Yeah, he's a leading scorer.
Stampley shrugs off Onwas. Inside Robertin finishes under the rim. And I'm not sure if the foul was called there or was it just a goaltending call? No, a foul was called.
Such a strong rebound. Manchester aren't going anywhere. Answer right back. Look at this. Onwas, maybe a charge. It doesn't count, but the rebound against two Caledonian players. Tough finish.
Wow. If the foul was called on Whelan there, it was a little bit tough because I think he took an elbow to the face at the same time.
Well, that's what happens when you're the short guy, you know?
Oh, I'm sure you've delivered many elbows.
Well, finally the big guy gets rewarded. It's so tough when you're way bigger or taller than the smaller guys. They always give the advantage to the shorter guy. I don't like it. It's not my fault. I'm 6'4".
Hey, well, listen, you've got to take every advantage you're given. And if I was your Zania, I would be throwing elbows.
I didn't throw elbows.
In illegal fashion too.
Whelan takes a seat. Wonderful minutes and a nice little smile. Fantastic play by him.
23 points personal.
Yep, an 8 for 16 from the floor. As he waves, he knows he's on TV. Mrs. Whelan.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right.
Married over the summer, right?
There you go.
Congratulations to the Whelans. Look at those smiles. Hey, we see you, Pat. You can't hear us, but we see you. Would he be still doing that if they were losing? I don't think.
Not. I don't know.
I think so.
Still, it's only a 6-point game and a lot of basketball to play. 2.5 minutes in the third.
Union all scorers on the bench. Here is Moore Jr. again. Short jumper, nice and high, but bounces into the hands of a Manchester Giants player, Lewis. Bounce pass down low to Robertin. He's one-on-one here with Onwas and just gets the space, but seemed like a simple finish there, Azania.
Yeah, but solid defense from Onwas. I spoke about it earlier.
Onwas, opposite side of the floor. Offensive rebound. Looks like he's taken a knock there. Lewis is pushing the ball forward nonetheless.
We've got numbers.
Neal. Nice touch pass. Callum Jones. Experience to find Robertin, and Callum Jones. He's on the court.
Oh, he's snuck in there. Mr. Jones comes from a basketball family. His brother, Callum Jones, Georgia Jones, big Jeff Jones, a basketball family, a fantastic family.
Manchester basketball
finest.
family. Yeah.
Manchester's finest. It's been many years. I used to stay at the Joneses when I used to play young, under 16, under 15.
Well, they've given back to the game in so many different ways, and of course Jeff Jones, previously playing for the original Manchester Giants franchise as an import player, and then having a big part of being involved in this National Basketball Performance Centre, a real legend to helping professional basketball stay in Manchester. Of course, there's lots of clubs in Manchester, and that's a nice jumper as Paniza creates some room. Lewis throwing it. Oh! And there's our posterizer slapping his head top again. Legion Robertin putting a body.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say that is top 10, maybe number 1. Look at this. Lovely. Put it on a plate for him. Go get it and dunk on his head.
Over the top of Moore Jr. Legion Robertin. That's a big-time play for him. Gets the Giants fans going. I'm sure he's getting all the British Basketball League fans going. Ooh. Watching live right now.
I need to catch my breath. That was really good. Doesn't make the free throw.
That free throw was so ugly. I'm sorry. After that dunk, you're going to do that. It's all right.
He was too excited. Take your time.
Yeah, the adrenaline was rushing. We know that. Moore Jr. Yeah, he was the victim. He still has survived. Welcome to the British Basketball League, young man. I'm glad to see Robertin have a strong performance here. He's got 7 boards, and 10 points personal. Closing in on a double-double. And now Robertin tries to take a swipe at him, and Moore Jr. returns a favor with an and-one play.
Well, they're going back and forth, aren't they? Really good matchup between these two. It is a foul, swipes at his head. And I really liked that play from him because I felt like the last possession, he wasn't looking at the basket to be aggressive.
And Moore Jr. gets one up on him if he makes this free throw. And he misses it.
Told ya.
That's the commentator's curse.
I believe in it. I stayed quiet on that one.
I'll take the hit for you, don't worry. Here's McNeil. Right-hand side, Lewis trying to find Robertin again. Instead, he rises up for the screen. Lewis is going to drive baseline. Smart decision from him. Legion Robertin almost gets his hand to it. Lewis fires up a corner 3. Jones, and he just tips that into the hands of Onwas now. 2v1 situation. Onwas, oh, he smokes the layup. It was there for him, nice and easy. Opposite end of the floor, Giants pull up me. And that was a very frantic run of play there.
And Gareth says, calm down, we'll take the last possession here.
65-71, 3 seconds to... Foul is called. And DeBose, he's gonna go to the line now. Nice work to find 2 feet in the paint. And although contested, let's have a look at that. Jones, just that's a lazy foul there from Jones.
Yeah, 2 hands on the body is easy for the referee to call. But I'm just looking at the Gladiators uniform. I didn't realize they got the traditional tartan, is that how they say it? Down the sides. Look at that.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
quite fun.
I see it.
I wonder if they wear kilts as well.
Nice cultural nod there. Now, one thing to add is Callum Jones is 37 years old.
Yeah, he's fine, right?
He is coming towards the end of his career, and that goes out of bounds. Hard to keep up with the pace, but nonetheless, 65-71, and we've had one of the biggest plays of the season already. Legion Robertin throwing it down off the dime from Nick Lewis. The big fella will be back right after this. We're ready for the 4th and final quarter to commence here at the National Basketball Performance Centre. The Manchester Giants trail 65-71, but all is not lost. They've done a great job so far with their turnover count and low as 5 and made 8 steals. That's what's helped them stick around. And they've also capitalized with 10 points from turnovers as the 3 goes up there from McNeil. It's the shooting percentages, though, Azania, that have made it difficult for them.
Yeah, the shooting's down, but that was a solid stint of defense from the Gladiators. One hard shot and then get the rebound. Good defense.
Now down, and a drive to the basket there. The Bows again, finishing with the left hand. A lot of the offense has been running through the Bows, and he's taken on that responsibility well. Lewis. Now Anderson step back 3. A nice fight for the offensive rebound there. Trying to find the next pass, and that's a 3-second violation. He was chilling in there.
Yep, building a house. Once you get the rebound, you can't go up. Get it out quick. But talking about something that the Gladiators have been incredible from is the bench play. 42 points from their bench.
And it has been a strong performance from their bench. 10 points for Moore Jr., who's had a solid debut. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists for DeBose. And add into that.
I've liked DeBose tonight. I think he's done a wonderful job.
Here's Onwas. Jovicic. 3 ball goes up, trying to beat the buzzer. Into the hands of Anderson, who pushes the ball forward now to Walsh. He seems to have quietened down towards the latter stages of this game. An offensive foul called here will be on Stampley, who's quietly going about his business. He's got 6 points, 9 rebounds, and a steal to his name in this game.
Yeah, I spoke about just everyone on the Gladiators team. They look like they have really bought into Gareth's system. Everyone is playing selflessly, playing together as a team. You can see, look at their defense, packed in, really worrying about the ball, looking after each other, and you can see it's after his energy. The beard man, that is the finest beard, I must say, in the league. He definitely has a routine, I'm sure.
Ah, well.
Some beard oil, a nice trim.
Him and Darryl Woods, the beard brother, just got to get Alan Keane to grow on now. DeBose. Jovicic. Moore Jr. under pressure there, and Norton gets his hands in, and the foul is called. He's looking for a held ball.
Lawton, I think it was just more of the swipe down. Let's see, we get the privilege of getting to see the replay.
It's always challenging when you've got to come across the body and over on top of the ball. You know that there's going to be contact there. It's whether you're making the contact on the ball first and then the body, or the opposite way around, and the referee deemed it the opposite way around as Moore Jr. is on the line. Lawton, of course, a late addition to this Manchester Giants lineup.
Yeah, just a week ago. He's only had a week with the team, but has inserted himself very, very well.
Some spells in Greece and in Feyenoord in the Netherlands. He averaged 8.4 points per game. Moore Jr. completes that second free throw. And we have to start talking about it very shortly after this. Jovicic to the right hand and one. You can hear the call down the microphone on the court. Mihailo Jovicic.
And look at this finish, thank you. Let's watch it again, so good. Floats in the air. Do you know what he does there with the fend-off hand? If you can really utilize that fend-off, nobody can block you, really.
Without a doubt. And as you know, timeout call. Mihailo Jovicic has actually had some time in Serbia. And they play tough basketball in Serbia, very physical.
Yeah, hard nose.
Well, look, a lot of British Basketball League action coming up for you in the next round of fixtures, Thursday through to Sunday. The big one, live on Sky Sports. Azania will be there. They take on the Caledonia Gladiators at the Copper Box Arena London Lions back in action on Friday. 2 more games for you. Bristol Flyers take on the Newcastle Eagles. Leicester Riders look to make amends against the Plymouth City Patriots. On Saturday, the Manchester Giants will also take on the London Lions in the same weekend. And then on Sunday at 6 o'clock, the Cheshire Phoenix look to maintain their perfect start against the Brawn Sheffield Sharks. Azania, who's your favourite pick out of those?
Oh, I'm going to go with Phoenix.
Okay.
Why not? I haven't, you know, they're doing their thing, and also it'll be obvious if I'm going to go London Lions, right?
Well, yeah, they do play twice, so
yeah,
it's a numbers game. But I do think you're right. Cheshire Phoenix did a really good job in that game against the Leicester Riders. Are we going to see if it's a one-off? And also, you were at the Newcastle game, can the Brawn Sheffield Sharks maintain and bounce back their strong form that they showed in that game and potential?
Yeah. Well, they did very, very well to here. I think they played about 35, 36 minutes of fantastic basketball. Now they just got to get a full 40 minutes together and potentially maybe get that win.
Jovicic on the line. That's played at OKK Beograd. 11.2 points per game there in 2 years, 2018, 2020.
This is really crunch time for Manchester, in my opinion. They've got to execute, chip away at this lead.
12 points of the difference. They're not going to do it like that. Nice read from Moore Jr. deflecting that pass into a teammate's hand. DeBose. Paliza steps inside. Fundamental pump. One dribble and knocked down.
Fantastic. Gave up a good shot for a better shot.
Neil moves the ball to Walsh. Stampley.
And still, Whelan still on the bench, and they're doing really well without him.
Maybe it's a money and minutes thing. Who knows? Here is the Bows. Well, I think it's nice, and we spoke about the depth of the Caledonia Gladiators. It's nice to see the different rotations that they have available to them and to see what works with who.
Yeah, so many looks. But, you know, what Coach Gareth is probably going to be the most happy about is the production off the bench and building that trust, knowing that you can go to, you know, your 8th, 9th, 10th guy who's going to come in and give you the same as your starting 5, the same energy.
Well, listen, Carl Johnson's had under 7 minutes. Carl Jimenez hasn't seen the court yet. Fraser Malcolm just over 7 minutes. Like, you know, these are guys that you can rotate in when... Oh, here's Moore Jr. to the right hand and one as Norton reaches around him.
I need more of that, please. Mr. Junior had to do it because when he is strong, he puts his eyes on the prize. He's so good at that, where sometimes he's a bit, maybe, I don't know, he's not looking at the basket first. He's looking for the pass. He's looking for his teammates. Look at the basket and then pass. But when he does, he's really good. I've enjoyed his play today.
Yeah, solid debut for him, and it's team foul trouble now.
Gets the free throw as well.
Giants, 6:45 remaining. And Coach Ben Thomas is in the house doing a little bit of scouting, made the quick journey.
Why not? The best scout is a live scout.
Now, Ryan never stopped. Here's Anderson inside. Great footwear from him. A great block there.
Look at that defense to here.
Oh, a little bit of a slip. And Anderson complaining to the referee because the play was paused.
Because they slipped. Anderson fell. No, it was on Wise, excuse me. Oh, and Anderson. So there's a bit of sweat and perspiration, and he slipped. I think safety over everything, I think, is the right call.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't slip, he doesn't turn over that ball.
Yeah, and if you're Anderson, you're saying, well, actually, I forced him that direction. I left a banana peel for him, and that's what I meant to do. Referee, give me the ball back.
But going back to Caledonia's defense, they have layers. You get past one guy, there's another guy behind him. Their defense is so solid, and it's making Giants, you know, life hell trying to score.
Substitutions. 65-82. This game is quietly slipping away from the Manchester Giants. Gone is the bravado and energy we saw in the first half.
Yeah, we spoke about that, didn't we, at halftime? They were so full of energy, really charismatic. They were loving it. But could they hold on with that same energy for 40 minutes?
Well, the most important stat is they're 0 for 11 in this quarter.
Oh. A big fat donut.
Yeah, that's a big 0.
Well, when they go back and look at that film, a really good half. They let Caledonia come back. They also can learn from that. How do you put teams away? It's difficult when it's, you know, still 30 minutes of basketball to play.
Now a little bit of a conundrum for both teams, but Gladiators get their hands onto it. DeBose, calm down. Let's use the clock.
Yes, love that.
Clock's at 7 seconds. Now they're going to have to find a good shot here. DeBose looks like he's going to be the one to take it. Driving hard and nice work on the defensive end there. Somehow gets it off. Shot clock violation. Giants ball. Right thing to slow down. But is there something that they could have worked out there to maybe a screen come in or an off-ball action to create a secondary opportunity rather than rely on that moment?
Or you drive, draw the defense, then kick. Because you're such a, you know, the ball is the most important thing. Also, he's been scoring. Draw the defense, get your open guy open. Or the shot.
Yeah, or the shot. 6 minutes, 5 seconds. Simonian. In his first game as the head coach, pacing the sidelines. And you know, to be fair to him, aside from this quarter, it's been a very positive display. He's missing 2 of his import players as well. William Lee, of course, out with an injury, and we're told also Boursier out with a toe injury, a turf toe.
Turf toe, very painful.
So what's been told is a ligament injury in your toe. Walsh.
Ooh.
Inside, Stampley, still a drought here for the Giants.
I don't like that shot. You got the rebound, kick out, use the whole shot clock.
Maybe the desperation of wanting to put the ball in the basket running through his mind there. Jovicic kicks it to Bose, Moore Jr. lines up the 3 and rebounded by Walsh. Anderson. Take your bets. Who's going to be the first player to stop the bleeding here? Lawton. Not you, sir.
Yeah.
You know, Robertin has had a great game of basketball. I would look to get him back in.
It looks like there's a lid on top of Manchester's basket right now.
And there's a turnover. 5 minutes, 1 second. And substitution now for DeBose. He heads to the bench. He's been brilliant tonight, hasn't he, Azania?
Yeah, I gave him a round of applause over here. Well done. Incredible minutes. I think he's just been sensational for this team. 15 points, 7 from 10 from the floor, but just a real floor general. Has been aggressive and got to his spots.
Well, he's also got 8.6 rebounds in the MVP chat for this game. Now, don't forget, if you're watching live on the YouTube channel, let us know who you think today's MVP will be. And Azania Stewart will be picking it. So let us know your thoughts now. Who is tonight's game MVP? There's still time, though, for you to make that decision. Ball at top here now with Jovicic. And calling for space, and let's go the 3 nice and quickly there. Robertin, as mentioned, he needs to get some birdies now in the game. That's stolen away. Harris dribbling uncontrollably in that moment. Across Belidza. And a pull-up transition 3 on the trail for Jovicic is no good. Rebounded by Walsh.
I think Manchester here, it's a silly foul, maybe frustration. Solid play. I want an offensive play. If you can come out in the first couple of seconds for a quick transition, get it. If not...
Well, it's time to take a quick break before the final end of this game. We'll be back with you very shortly. Well, we're back to it then. 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining, 82-65. 17 points is the difference right now. Just a little bit of maintenance for the court here at the National Basketball Performance Center. And Whelan is back into the game. And we're speaking about that MVP decision.
Yeah, it's really difficult because there's a lot of players that have displayed really well this evening. I'm leaning more towards the post than Whelan, but who knows, this last 4 minutes. Let's see how he plays, but overall I just think Caledonia has played a really full-rounded team basketball.
Here now, screen action from Robertin. He's rolling inside to the rack, and Harris tries to find the room and takes the bump on that play there, running something a little bit more solid for Coach Simonian, just trying to get themselves to put some points on the board in this quarter.
Also, I just feel like the Giants, you see, they get into the guts of the key and then kick it out. You draw 3 to 4 defenders, and there's a wide open shooter. You're down a lot of points. You need quick offense.
I mean, they've been trying to get to the rack since the very first play of the game today. Maybe that was their game plan and they stuck with it. But they also shot the ball well at times from 3. Tonight, it's petering out for them, 9 for 25. And finally, they have a point on the board in this quarter.
Wow, it took them that long to get a point.
6 minutes to be exact.
Wow, that's the game.
And Whelan rising up through the horns action, and Alihodzic with the rescreen there. An offensive foul is scored now on Alihodzic, who's just not really had the chance to get himself going. He's shown some potential, he shows spells of what we know he's all about. And then there's been moments where, you know, it's definitely early stages of the season.
Yeah, but I think the ball handler held the ball for way too long. Now the steal.
And now pushing forward all alone. Easy finger roll in for 2 for Beliza.
And great defense turns into easy offense.
And that's his 6th point of the game. Walsh cleaning up that.
Good answer, but I just think it's too late. Only 3 points in this quarter is just not enough. One, to chip away at this lead, or to even worry, but still, if they can make some solid defense in this last 3 minutes, get some easy buckets, and maybe
Whelan
get back in this game.
skips it out. Beliza again firing it up, and it's nice. Great work from Beliza. he's grown in confidence throughout the game. And Harris going downhill and blocking foul called.
Well, I think the busiest person on the floor today is that guy.
The floor wiper.
The floor wiper. Getting his 2 seconds of fame.
Substitution now. Beliza goes to the bench. He's done a great job, and Jovicic will also head to that bench. I'm intrigued to know what the story is with Jimenez. Might ask Coach Murray. Don't forget, you will have reaction of the winning coach and the game MVP after this one. So don't go anywhere. All of this year's action live on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. Sky Sports, 200 games and more. Floor right now, you can see those giants. Anderson waiting for the screen here. Walsh will catch and shoot, and it's good. Evan Walsh back on the score sheet from behind the arc.
He's definitely been the bright spark for Manchester.
Johnson. Skipped across there by Whelan. Somehow Onwas collects. Back to Whelan. Whelan catch and shoot. He was aiming for point number 26. And Onwas knocks that one away. There he is. 23 points, leading all scorers in this game. He's 4 for 8 from behind the arc, 50%, and exactly the same from 2-point territory. Great night for Whelan in just under 30 minutes of action so far. Drive baseline, the screen. Creates the space, and attacking the rack is Harris.
Yeah, and good use of that left hand. Go into the rim. Is it enough?
He's had a poor scoring night, has Harris. This is only his second made field goal attempt. Anderson hands it off to Walsh. Inside to the left hand, and one, and there's a reply. Stampley for 2, 1:47 on the clock.
Good answer here from the Giants. Back-to-back scores with the defensive end.
And they're making this score look a lot more respectable.
Yeah.
But too little too late, as we've already said. And the timeout has been called. Chance to kind of talk it over. Gareth Murray setting the game plan out. You know, let's find out if we can hear exactly what Coach Simonian is saying here. So simple message there from Coach Brian. Find your spots. You know, they're going to have to take some tough shots here if they want to close their gap a little more.
And box out, he said.
And box out and rebound.
Yeah,
if those shots don't fall.
Yeah.
That's a hit and hope situation now for Coach Brian, no?
Yeah, it is. I think he's going to be a little bit disappointed. They definitely had sparks of greatness, and I think they have a lot to build on. I think they can go back and look at this game and be happy with a lot of things, but they can, you know, fine-tune, tweak a few things. Nobody's ever happy to lose, but what you can do in that loss is learn a lesson.
I think the Giants will take a lot from tonight. They'll reflect positively on the start of this game, and if they were able to maintain that for all 4 quarters, which you can imagine with the addition of their 2 injured players, they'll be able to do that.
And just the struggle, the drought of scoring, right? It took them, what was it, 6 minutes to score 1 point at the free throw line.
In the 4th and final quarter as well. Oh, Jimenez is now into the game for the first time tonight. And there's that action screen from Malcolm, and then along the baseline, a double staggered action there. from Alahodzic and Malcolm to find Whelan. Alahodzic rides out to the free throw line, and
he's got a pretty little jump shot, doesn't he?
he does, and he'll be looking to finish on a sweet note.
Yeah, he's bounced back. He started and struggled, but happy for him to stay consistent.
Walsh, he's going to go to work inside and swipe that one away. Alahodzic, long pass ahead, he does find the target, and Fraser Malcolm will finish for 2.
There's a foul, but Malcolm, I can't speak enough about him. I just feel like he's just an all-round team player. He came in with 4 minutes, had those 8 points, and then here, look, on the end of this touchdown pass.
Come in, be efficient, play your role. He's done exactly that. 10 points in just over 9 minutes of play.
Yep, get the dub and go home.
1 minute, 6 seconds.
Gladiators have done a really lovely job with this roster. I've really enjoyed this game, how they've answered to the Giants' first run right out of the first quarter. That really takes some, you know, guts to not crumble and warm up the bus and go home right away. No, they gutted it out like their coach Gareth, and ultimately, wonderful win and a good day at the office, hey?
Positive signs for Caledonia Gladiators fans, although it may be early in the season. This will be reflected upon well. And now Walsh, right-hand side, waits for the screen from Harris. Harris looking to feed inside to Jamel Anderson. Walsh sets a flare screen up top, and Anderson will go to work, and 2 shots to come now for Jamel Anderson. And he has drawn his 6th foul, so...
Well, he's done a really good job not picking up another personal foul. He had 3 in the first half, and he hasn't picked up another one. But maybe would have been a bit different in his aggressiveness. You could see he was a little bit timid or didn't want to pick up the 4th and put pressure, but it does do something to you mentally that you have to play like that to not pick up a foul. It's difficult.
Well, I guess look, they didn't have the depth that they would have hoped for tonight, and he had to be in that situation. In other moments, on other days where you do have the depth, you're allowed to play a bit more freely.
Yeah.
And so not to affect the game so much. I'm sure he would do that as Whelan drives, end-line ball.
Yeah, but Anderson, 15 points in 32 minutes, solid from their leader. He's done it on and off the court, spoken to his Giants teammates. There's a lot of positives in this team. I can say that.
And now end-line possession. Good old stack. On the baseline and the cross screen to try and find Whelan, and a quick seal for Alahodzic, but it will refresh. 37 seconds. 9 seconds seems to be on the shot clock.
I thought if you kicked it, it goes to 14, or no?
I don't think they did. I think it was deflected, as they say. And
maybe thrown at the foot.
Yeah, and sideline ball.
Yeah, you're right.
Whelan, catch and quick, fires off, and Alahodzic underneath the basket finishes off with a right-hand reverse. Anderson trying to spin away from that, and that will be an unsportsmanlike foul on Anderson. Lost control, and they were going to run away and get an easy look there.
Yeah, he said they crossed paths, but that's his 4th foul, but it's the right call, unfortunately. And he'll go to the line for free throws and get the possession back.
Well, Jimenez, he's only come in this game in the 4th quarter, and he's going to get himself on the score sheet.
Love that for him.
In fact, he's the only player that hadn't scored. Oh, no. Trent Buttrick hasn't scored in this game. I was going to say he was the only player that hadn't scored in this game, but he makes 1. And there's a good old soundboard of Mike Shaft. Just letting him know he missed a free throw and away court. Sideline now.
That always hurts your feelings, doesn't it?
Well, I wouldn't know if I'm honest with you. I'm usually the aggressor, not the person that's actually on the other end of it. Jimenez holding off the defender here. Nice work from Jimenez, but it rolls out and Caledonia keep it. And the Manchester players not happy with that call, but Jimenez looks to inbound. Nice catch and shoot now for Fraser. Malcolm, wow, stroking it.
Malcolm, talk about efficiency.
Looking for consolation points now, Manchester, as this one will be dribbled out. The Manchester Giants lose their first home game of the season. The Caledonia Gladiators cross the border, as they will be doing a lot this season, and they take victory 97-79 in what was a very entertaining game of basketball up until that fourth and final quarter, where the dominance of the Gladiators prevailed and the Manchester Giants' depth in their roster, it showed. And there it is, the final opening weekend fixture. A win for the Caledonia Gladiators, 97-79. Azania, you have very quick thoughts on that one.
No, a well-rounded game, but you know what? I thought the Caledonia's defense was tough. They locked in, there was layers. If one guy gets beat, the other one had his back, and then offensively then helped. They locked the Giants down and truly just opened up the scoreboard.
Without a doubt, of course, the Manchester Giants were the aggressors in this game. They started strong. Let's take a look at those stats, though. Let's confirm how it all goes. You've got to look at that shooting percentage there, 58% from two-point territory. Maybe not the greatest three-point shooting, but they made them when it counted. The Caledonia Gladiators have work to do on the free throw line as well.
Yeah, and then the rebounding game, 52 to Gladiators to 43. But pretty even across the board with the steals and the turnovers. It was low at 1.405, and it just got kind of opened up. But fully, the Gladiators, I'm impressed. Obviously, they came out a little bit nervous at the beginning, but way to answer back.
Seemingly deserved that victory. And of course, a big bench performance from them. 53 points off the bench, 15 points for the Bows, 13 points for Malcolm, 15 points for Moore Jr., who had a strong debut, 15.7 rebounds for him. Onwas, of course, chipping in. He had 7 points, 9 rebounds. Of course, Patrick Whelan doing what he does, 4 for 10 from downtown, 23 points personal in that one. Faro Alihodzic had a inconsistent game, but finished out on a good note, 10 points, 8 rebounds to his name in that one. And for the Manchester Giants, it was a strong outing for two British players, Jamel Anderson and Evan Walsh, as they posted 17 points personal each. And Evan Walsh also had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals to his name. Caledonia fans showing their respect to the fans. But now let's take a look at tonight's game MVP. It's the #1 for the Caledonia Gladiators, Ian DeBose. Azania.
Yeah, I just thought he was so good, aggressive, put his head down and got buckets.
Well, he's joining us now. Ian, welcome to the British Basketball League, and thank you very much for showing us your skill set tonight. How was it for you, sir?
Oh man, it was a great way to start off the season for the team. Really excited to be a part of the league, and it's a really great way. And it was a good game, good way to start, and excited to get things rolling with the club.
Of course, the Gladiators, you know, the starting 5 came out and took on a really fast-paced, energetic Manchester Giants team. You were obviously sitting on the bench at that moment. You came into the game and made a difference.
Yeah, I mean, my job is to be a difference maker and to come in, be aggressive and make the right plays and lead my team. We came out a little flat. And credit to the Giants, they came out really aggressive. They made the right plays, they made shots, and there's a lot of good teams in this league, and they showed that if you don't come out ready to play, anybody can take a lead. So they came out really well, and we had to fight through a little adversity, and it's a credit to our character to come back and fight and push it, finish the game off, and get a win.
Ian Azania here. 53 points from your bench, including your 15. Well done. Is defense something that you guys have been honing in on at practice?
Yeah, defense is huge for us. Honestly, just executing and keeping it very simple. That's one thing that we're still improving on. We made a lot of, not a lot, but we made some errors that we can correct and clean up just watching film and taking time to go back and watch it over. But that's definitely a point of emphasis that we continue to get better. I mean, it's the first game of the season, so it's nice to get some film and some tape, and we'll build off of that. But I think our defense was solid at a lot of stretches of the game.
Perfect. Congratulations on this big away win. Well done, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Wow, yeah, I mean, it could have been either one of those guys. Pat Whelan with 23 points on the board. I think the all-round contribution, though, from the Bows. Let's take a look at that story of the game, then. Yeah, Whelan going inside, or should I say story of the half, I believe.
Yeah, because this first half, it was all Manchester, but the Gladiators, after that man, Ian, just really got themselves rolling. It was that drought for me that excuse me, Manchester struggled with and just didn't have any answers.
And also pace of the game. And Caledonia started to control that pace of the game, dictate the way they wanted to play, and really took Manchester out of their comfort zone, made them take really forced opportunities, make them take rush decisions, and therefore put them at a huge disadvantage. Caledonia then started to move the ball, find their hot hands and get things done.
You said that, though, if they could execute better in the second half, that was the highlight of the whole entire weekend. Not the game, the weekend. Put that at #1, please.
Yeah, we're so lucky that happened in this game. And there were a few moments where Manchester started to get sloppy in that second half, and it just started to fall apart for them.
Yeah, but Manchester have a lot of things that they can work on, especially that first half. That was incredible. That's the energy you want to start a game with. If they can build on that coming out of halftime, they're looking good. They're going to win some games this season.
Without a doubt. And it was a great team performance.
Yeah.
As mentioned, only 2 players not getting their name on the score sheet tonight. Carl Jimenez, who came only in the 4th and final quarter, actually made it only 1 player remaining without a point assigned to their name. Trent Buttrick was the only player who did that, and Fraser Malcolm also wonderful game from here this evening. The Scottish contingent doing their bit for the Scottish franchise. And now here we are with head coach Gareth Murray. Wow, what a way for the game to begin, Gareth. Such fast-paced basketball, and it required you guys to reflect and get ready to come back.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a fast-paced game. We probably didn't start the right lineup for that type of style of basketball, but we're still learning each other. We're still trying to build for the future, trying to get guys to adapt to the speed of the league. So yeah, we're not a great start, but our defense picked up in the second half, and we started to make them make more mistakes and make them make tougher shots, and that's what gave us the advantage.
Coach Azania Stewart here, well done. 53 bench points tonight. How impressed and how happy are you with your guys coming off the bench tonight?
Yeah, definitely. The depth of the roster was one of the big things we wanted to work on this year. We've got a lot of games in the British Basketball League and also in Europe as well. So the depth of the bench was a key thing for me over the summertime. So it's, if guys are injured or if guys are needing subs, we've got somebody that can step on and play the same amount of minutes. So the depth was a big thing for us. I thought the guys that came on in the first quarter eventually picked up the pace of how we wanted to play, the defensive intensity. But we can't start a game like that in this league, and you know you'll get buried early if you do that.
Well, it's also great to see the depth of skill set that you have available at your disposal. Obviously, the MVP tonight, Ian DeBose, he did a little bit of everything. They were looking inside to try and Farrow, and also a great debut for Moore Jr. The skill set also runs deep.
Yeah, definitely. We want to have versatile guys. That was the biggest thing. Was the depth, was the versatility in different positions. We want to have multiple guys that can guard the basketball, off the ball, scorers in different positions. So we're still learning each other, like I said. We've had a good preseason, but we've still got a lot to learn about the British Basketball League and how the style of basketball.
Well, thank you very much, Gareth Murray. Off to a winning start. Good luck for your next game.
Thank you very much.
Well, there we go. That's the opening weekend done and dusted. The Newcastle Eagles, of course, with their first victory. Bristol Flyers, the Southwest Derby champions. Riders fall to the Phoenix. Surrey Scorchers lose at home to the Lions. And last but most definitely not least, the Manchester Giants fall at home against the rampant Caledonia Gladiators.
Well, that was a fun weekend of basketball, wasn't it?
Great final weekend of basketball. But thank you very much for joining us here on the British Basketball League YouTube page. It's been a pleasure. Myself, Tahir Hadja, and Azania Stewart. We'll see you next time live here in the studio.
Good night.